if there's something we could all agree on, I have to say it's the temporariness of this life. I think one of the best things about this life is the fact that it doesn't last forever. And that may be a little counterintuitive because it's like, what? What do you mean? But I feel like if we are here forever, you wouldn't care about anything. You wouldn't appreciate anything because you know it's never going anywhere. You're like, oh yeah, I appreciate that in 20 years. I'll go see my parents in 100 years or whatever the case is. But the fact that we know that we're here for a limited time, and even most of us don't know, obviously, when we'll leave this planet, I think that makes the experience so much more sacred. But it's a reality we all have to deal with. Nobody is exempt from, you know what I'm saying, passing on. And I think that's something we can bond over and not be scared about. I don't know about you, but as I grow throughout my life, I feel like I'm not scared to pass on because it's a part of life. If it wasn't meant to happen, then I'd be here forever. But I think it's a necessary experience and something that we all have to deal with not only us passing ourselves, but every single person around us has their time too until it's ours. So, well, I say all this to say not to be sad, scared, or fearful, but to enlighten you guys upon the power of appreciating today and right now. I feel like a lot of us, we have these dreams and aspirations to do things later in our lives and like move y'all a little bit closer. But yeah, this whole idea for this video sparked from this conversation I was having with my friend yesterday, and she was just talking about how most people wait till they're 70 and 80 to appreciate their lives, or just think they're going to live that long, and that's why they don't do all the things that they want to do because they think they have time. But ultimately, we all aspire to live long lives, but not all of us get there. So we shouldn't base our lives on being here forever. And I'm not saying you should act like you're gonna die tomorrow, but you should have a lot more urgency to do the things you know you love to do, because one day you won't be able to do them. One day you won't be able to see the people you love, call them, appreciate them, tell them you love them, because we're not gonna be able to do this forever. It's like you get so caught up and wrapped up in your daily life, in the little problems and things you have going on in your life, and you forget like one day this shit just doesn't matter at all. And I feel like, I was thinking about it, nothing in life, and I feel like I said this quote before, but it was a while ago, nothing in life is bigger than life itself. So you can have little problems in life or whatever the case may be, but I don't think anything is important enough to, you know what I'm saying, anything in life is important enough to bring you out of life. But that's just what life is, you know what I'm saying? We die from living. So that's just the story of it. But yeah, man, as I've grown and just learned and just lived throughout this year, I've learned to appreciate the temporariness of things and using that as a catalyst to appreciate it more. Like even like making YouTube videos, I'd be making one like once a week or just, but like, who knows? Like, you never know your last day. Like, I aspire to live a long life, but I don't know how long I'll be here. You don't know how long you'll be here. So what are you waiting for? There's really no other, there's no better motivation than the one that you won't even be able to get or do whatever it is you want to do if you don't get up and do it. And yeah, man, like, I feel like if we come to terms with the temporariness of life on a worldly perspective, I think we'd appreciate each other. Hey, shout out my homie back there. We'll appreciate each other a lot more and not be so, I feel like, I don't want to say as a whole, as humanity, but generally we don't care about each other's lives as much as we should. We care more about the profits we can get off of each other, and people just care about me, 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 but forget that when you do something to yourself or to anybody else, it's impactful on you and that person. Like, your impact is so big and shapes so much in the creation of your life and the connections you have with people. We gonna have 3 different angles and levels of this video to emphasize the temporariness. But yeah, like as I was saying, I think we don't care about each other's lives on a global scale. And like, I've heard of this thing, like if you hear 1,000 people get killed opposed to one person, you probably care more and empathize more with the one person, because the 1,000 people just sounds like a statistic, just a number. You don't actualize that those 1,000 people had stories, lives just as detailed as yours. But when it's one person, you can start to identify, you know what I'm saying, feel more empathetic about it. And even like, just to go off and reaffirm that, the idea that, like, if say for instance you kill an ant and you just step on the ant and you're like, oh, I don't care. But say you name the ant and now you're like, oh, this ant has a family, he came from here, woo doo woo. And now you feel bad for the ant because you created an identity around that. But nonetheless, let's get back to what we were saying. I was just thinking, like, if we appreciated life on a grand scale, the whole world would change, because people would recognize that the dumb stuff we stress over and worry about and fight each other about on this earth really has no freaking relevance in the grand scheme of things. But I think it does have the relevance because we're here to experience it. Just for the simple fact that we're existing on this planet, having this experience makes it more sacred and more important than I could really sit here and explain to you. I could talk about it all day, but just the fact that we're here is the greatest expression of that. But yeah, man, we're not gonna be here forever. Appreciate your family, appreciate your people in your life that have made it to be old. Celebrate them. Like my grandma, she's 90 years old. Like, I don't know anybody 90. Like, you know what I'm saying? So each and every day on this planet is a gift. Don't take it for granted, because if you don't pass away today, there's still I don't want to say millions, but I think hundreds of thousands of millions of people that did today. So it's a privilege to wake up. You're here for a reason. You're here for a meaning, to keep living, spreading love, and spreading your light. So just go out there. Don't let your fear stop you from living your life, because if any fear should if anything fear should do is help you and remind you that you're not going to be here forever. So do you fear the regret, or do you fear not doing it? I fear the regret of, I could have done this, I could have did that, but I was too scared or cared about other people's opinions or whatever the case. Like, there's really no good reason to not just go ahead and do the things you love and appreciate in this life, man. Like I said, we don't know when our last day will be, but that just makes right now, in this moment, even more beautiful, sacred, and to appreciate this, because even this moment right here, at this exact moment, on this exact day, I won't be able to come back to it. So me etching this in the stone, you know what I'm saying, this video will live for generations. My kids will listen to it, the kids, and you know what I'm saying, we're just gonna keep going and spreading that love while we here, man, and it'll keep going beyond this. You know, it's unlimited. But yeah, man, y'all check out the links in the description. I got my reaction channel. I just dropped a new song called R&B Ski, and we got a project coming in a couple weeks, man, me and my dog Steve, that I made the Inspire the Fire EP with. Y'all check that out too. You can find it through my other music. But yeah, man, we're gonna keep cooking up, enjoying our experience, living and making something to remember out of this. You know what I'm saying? I like to create songs or videos, and just so I can have this moment and be like, damn, this where I was, this how far I came, and just to appreciate it, man, you know? So appreciate your life. Know that it's temporary, but don't be scared. Use that as the biggest reason to go out there and do the things you love and love the people you love, man. Appreciate y'all for watching. I love y'all. We out. Unlimited.